Hi all, Greg the Grilling Guy here, and today we're going to do a rehash on my mother's famous baked beans. This is a football Sunday. We have company coming over, and the baked beans are going to be a great side dish to the brats that we're doing. So, I had a commenter request this recipe to be redone with actual measurements on it. So I pre-measured a lot of this stuff out, and I'll go through this step by step. Now, as you can see today, I'm using vegetarian beans. The company that is joining us, or some of the folks joining us for the football game, are vegetarian. So this is obviously going to be a vegetarian slash vegan dish. So you can make this for your vegetarian or vegan friends who may be joining you for a holiday dinner as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the beans. Now all the measurements that I've taken are based on using these two large cans of beans. You can cut everything in half for one, obviously a bit further down. If you're using just one of the smaller cans of beans, trying to make an individual serving, there is a diminishing return as you make these smaller and smaller. So usually I try to make this as kind of a large batch. I do have a different recipe for tailgate beans that I'll post later, but this is more a family meal type thing. Now with the vegetarian beans, obviously they don't have the pork in there. They don't have a few of the other additives, thereby making them vegan. So I'm going to add one extra ingredient down the road, and I'll get to that at the end. So then we add 1/4 cup of mustard, 1 teaspoon of diced garlic. Again, use this sparingly because this can overpower. 2 tablespoons of minced onions, 1/2 cup of molasses, again, this may take a while, and 3/4 of a cup of firmly packed brown sugar. I use dark brown sugar. I don't know if that makes any difference, but it is what it is. As I mentioned, with these vegetarian baked beans, there's one extra thing I'm going to add in, and that is going to be 1/2 a cup of pure maple syrup. This is just going to add some extra sweetness and flavor to it that I find normally I would use a bean that has maybe a bit of maple syrup already pre-mixed into there, but those often have the chunks of bacon in there. So because this is vegan, I'm just adding the maple syrup in after the fact. We then stir this all together. And this will now go into the oven. I have a toaster oven that I use. However, you can put it into the oven or you can put it outside on the grill as well. I cook it at about 225 degrees for probably 2.5 to 3 hours. At that point, all the flavors should be mixed together and infused and good to go. Now, you're going to want to stir this probably every 30 to 45 minutes just to make sure the sugar doesn't start to burn on the outside and that all the flavors get mixed in. But at that point, it's out of the oven and onto the table. Enjoy, folks.